Welcome back to Flipper Flicks. If you like Figaro or Cleo, you will not enjoy this episode. And I am Sam.
I'm Adam.
Hi, Tim.
And if you didn't get that from the intro, we watched Pinocchio, but not the Disney version. We watched Guillermo del Toro's new Pinocchio on Netflix. And so I will get the synopsis for you. Visionary creator Guillermo del Toro's painstakingly crafted stop-motion tale was filmed over 1,000 days, involving a crew of more than 40 animators.
Yeah, what's the story about, though, Sam?
I don't know. That's what the synopsis is. They're like, you know what Pinocchio is. We're just going to tell you how we went through the trenches to get this Pinocchio launched. It's kind of like, it reminds me of The Man Who Killed Don Quixote. I feel like the synopsis for that is very similar, where it's like, it took 20 years or however long that
28
movie took.
years.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. I wasn't involved, but I just like that movie.
Yeah, and I feel like that's where they're like, this took a long time.
What's really funny is this movie is not known as Pinocchio.
No, isn't it Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He owns the Pinocchio.
Yeah, I aspire to be that good at my craft that I could just be like, Sam Strickers, whatever.
Pinocchio.
Right, yeah.
Sam
Just
Stricker's
name
Pinocchio.
brand is your name.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I think it's because there was another Pinocchio that dropped 2 months ago or something.
I think so too.
Really?
Yeah. Disney remade it.
I wonder.
No, they did a live action version of the original tale. So they didn't really change anything.
Yeah, this happens so much. Like, I wonder if they got wind of like, hey, Guillermo del Toro is doing one because he was working on it for 3 years, and they're like, oh, we got to beat him to market. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well,
And then nobody
don't know about
watched
this
that
one.
version. I
So-
don't think.
The story of Pinocchio, where does that come from? Is it written somewhere? Or
Oh,
is it like
yes. The original story by Carlo Colli di Lorenzi.
You got it.
It was written by an Italian dude back in the day.
Oh, so it's like
Ah.
a fairy tale,
Yeah.
but not like a Grimm's fairy tale. It's like,
Yeah, it's completely different. Jiminy Cricket dies in the first act.
oh shit.
That's funny.
Pinocchio
Well, that's-
smashes him with a hammer.
I mean,
Like, it almost happened in this one.
I know. I feel like,
That was the whole joke with the hammer scene.
gotcha.
Well, that's funny because I even mentioned that when we were watching. I was like, wouldn't it be funny if he just smashed him right?
And he
that
just
was
dies.
the end of
Yeah.
Jiminy. Because
Yeah.
that was interesting. Because I was like, I don't remember as much about the original Disney one that I watched. But there was a lot in this where I was like, that was not in.
That was it. I don't remember that.
I don't remember this. I don't remember there being a real boy that died. Like,
yeah.
No, yeah, they changed that.
Oh, I thought he died in the
Nope,
Disney version,
there's
but they
no
didn't
child.
show him. Like, it was assumed that Geppetto had a
I thought he
son that died, like the blue
No.
fairy.
oh, I thought
says
it was
or
just that he
something.
never had one.
Yeah, he was just an
Oh.
old man maid.
Oh, I always thought that the son did die, but you just like didn't see it. But okay,
No.
either way,
And
they gloss over it, is
Carlo,
the
the
point.
child, is
Mm.
named after the original writer, Carlo.
Yeah, there you go. And they get through that story pretty quickly of him dying. So like you're
Oh, yeah,
in,
speed run.
yeah, you're
That's
pretty
like
much
20 minutes.
in the movie, and then you're like depressed already.
Yeah. Might as well have been a Disney movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, Jiminy does, in the original story, follow him around still, but he's a ghost.
Oh,
weird, okay.
That's even yeah.
Well, as a conscience, I can't say that word.
Conscience.
Conscience. I also spelled it wrong. I think there's a second N.
Hmm.
Yeah, that makes more sense if it's a ghost. Like,
Yeah.
you got the little devil and the angel on your
Hmm.
shoulder sort of shtick from back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Having a little cricket follow you makes more sense than an actual fucking cricket. Sebastian J. Cricket.
Yeah. I will say I liked that Sebastian J. Cricket was really kind of in it for himself. Like, they didn't really play up the
Right.
conscience side of it, which I liked. Like,
Yeah.
he basically was almost killed every 5 seconds and was grumpy.
Yeah.
I liked it.
But I
He's
too
very
would
good.
like Obi-Wan Kenobi to be my conscience.
Well, yeah.
I mean, yeah, that was fantastic, right?
I had a great joke. I had a great pun early on in the movie, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
Pineconio, because he's
Oh, yeah.
obsessed
Oh, my
with pine
God.
cones. And he's made from a pine cone.
Isn't that what his name means?
No.
Oh.
Like, the
I was
word...
making that up just to see.
I
had
googled.
no idea.
I looked up the word, and it's like pigno or something.
Oh,
For Italian for pine cone.
gotcha.
It's
Oh, I
not.
see what you're saying.
It's not Pinocchio.
I
Wah,
see.
wah.
I fact checked myself first.
Yeah. So we pretty much very quickly learn what the, I guess, part of what the creature or whatever was on this on the cover, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Death.
old spirit or whatever.
Death.
Yeah.
Tilda
Yeah.
Swinton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Tilda Swinton's in this movie.
Tilda's fantastic.
Dude, Kate
And then she has
Blanchett.
a sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is also Tilda, which is very Tilda-like.
Yeah.
Very
What other
Tilda.
movie was that?
Oh, that would be
Yeah, the where she has the
Hail
twin
Cesar.
or whatever.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say we
Yeah,
definitely
Hail
watched
Caesar.
a movie like that, but
And
Yeah.
then she was also in Okja.
yeah.
We've had a few
I was gonna
Tildas.
say, yeah, Okja, yeah. Yeah, she has a sister in Okja. And it's her, right?
That one I don't remember as well.
I don't know.
I thought wasn't it like, yeah, Okja, she has a sister.
Probably.
And it's just her again.
She likes to do that.
She does that often.
I swear that
I believe you. I will say though that like Kate Blanchett was doing Nightmare Alley, got wind of this movie and and she was like, Gizmo, my man, my main man, can I be in your film? And he's like, all I got left is the monkey.
That's amazing.
And she's like, I would love to be the monkey.
I'll take it.
And it's really funny because like the monkey's
Wait.
just making like noises, and that's actually Kate Blanchett making the noises.
That's amazing.
And she told him apparently that if he ever just needed somebody to be a pencil in a movie, she would do it.
Nice.
She apparently they worked really well together in Nightmare Alley.
Oh, gotcha.
But he's one of those directors that brings in all his actors.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ron Perlman, this was his 8th film with him.
Oh wow. Okay.
He was Podesto. He was the fascist father.
Yeah.
I don't know a better way to explain
I can
that
hear
one.
everybody's voice. I'm always proud that I can tell who's who. But you could tell this is a star-studded cast just because you can
Oh,
recognize
yeah.
everyone.
Exactly.
All right. Tim can
Yeah, I looked
tell. Oh, you already looked him up?
I could tell.
You can
No, I
tell who
looked up
Geppetto
Okja.
was?
Okay.
No,
Oh, you
not
looked
at
up Okja.
all. It's not Filch or whatever from
It
Harry
is
Potter.
Filch.
I know. That's what I was saying.
Oh.
Yeah, Tilda plays 2 people in Okja.
Okay.
She's the sister. Because remember, she was like, the one girl was always afraid of her sister or whatever.
Yeah.
And then her sister shows up and it's just her.
Yeah.
But it's like,
Yes.
it's just Tilda again.
Oh,
It's
man.
fantastic.
What do you think of
Oh,
Count
boy.
Volpe?
Who was that?
Who is Volpe?
Volpe, he's Christoph Waltz. He
was
is
the-
the guy in charge of the.
Oh, yes. I knew him right
The
off the bat, too.
carnival.
I always forget his name. Yeah. His fucking hair was great.
Yeah.
So apparently they modeled him that way, so people who have loved the Disney version can combine the fox with the puppeteer. So they gave him fox hair.
Okay, I actually was wondering that
Weird.
because I was like, "There's no fox in this one,"
Yeah.
and like he looks nothing like Stromboli, which is the other puppeteer, right? In
Yeah.
the Disney version.
I
So
got See,
No
don't remember
strings
any
on
of that.
me. Well,
Yeah.
Sam has recently watched it for the first
that
time.
is true.
When I say recently, I mean like
Ah.
first time in the last year.
Yeah, it's that
Yeah.
fresh. Because I was
Yeah.
like, I've never seen this. People say it's creepy, and then
It's
I watched
creepy
it,
as
and it is
shit.
creepy.
They
And-
fucking turn into donkeys.
Yeah. Well, and this version I think is creepy at parts too. Like when Pinocchio first dies, it's like all red. I'm like, that's a
Oh.
nice creepy touch. Like,
But the black
one-
rabbits.
oh,
Those
yeah.
rabbits were awesome.
They were great.
This one very much felt like a homage to the original one for people our age. It
yeah.
wasn't like
Yeah.
it doesn't. After we watched it, she was like, "This is not a kids movie." I was like, "Yeah,
No, it's not.
It's not a kids movie."
Because like you gotta consider like you'd have to explain what the fuck death means.
Everything. I
Like,
mean,
yeah.
what? Yeah,
Like
and then you'd have a kid walking
Yeah.
around, doing the
The Heil
salute.
Hitlering.
And
yeah.
you'd be like,
they were
"Ooh,
high
stop
learning
doing that."
the ploy. Sorry.
Yeah.
Jojo Rabbit quote.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't know. And like when Pinocchio first comes to life in this version, like he's super creepy.
He's
to
And
me, he
annoying
was.
as
like-
fuck.
But then he was also annoying as fuck. And you were like, oh my
Yeah.
God, get this
Super
kid out of here. Like it's too
I will say
much.
Geppetto's reaction to his existence was proper.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Like his initial reaction, like, what the fuck are you? Get into the closet. I don't want to deal with you.
Right.
You have busted my whole house up.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much, which is fair.
Would
I
you
also
think?
found it weird that Geppetto went to church because I thought he just wasn't doing that anymore. Then all of a sudden he went to church.
Yeah,
Well, maybe because
Right. Maybe he always
Pinocchio
was.
came to life. But
could be.
Did you catch who the priest was?
No.
no, I don't think I recognize the priest.
It would be Bern Gorman. He is
Uh,
okay. So he's in Pacific Rim. He's the scientist opposite of Charlie
Oh, that
Day,
guy? Really?
Oh,
who
he ca-
kind of looks like
yeah.
it.
The priest
I
kind
didn't
of
hear
looks
his
like him.
voice at all. He did. Yeah. Well, the priest also looked really creepy. But
Yeah.
I'm surprised that's him because I did not recognize his voice, and I feel like I usually would. But maybe he wasn't doing his normal like he rolls his R's a lot and stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of seems like
Mhm.
he has that kind of a tone. But
He's just
Yeah.
dark in this one.
yeah.
Also, Geppetto is old as fuck when he has Carlo. Like, he's old
Yeah.
as fuck when Carlo is 10 years old. So even removing 10 years, how old? He must have been like 50 to 60 when he had Carlo.
Okay, yeah. Unless he grays early. But let's say that he's 50 to 60.
He's 50 to
Because that's
60.
what he looks like.
Yeah, say he dies at 60, right? During the Great War. The Great War is World War One.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
This takes place in the 1930s. So we're saying he's 70.
Mhm.
He's an active 70-year-old is all I'm saying.
That's probably also why he was like, can you go away? Like, can you
Right.
imagine?
Oh, like, I'm trying to
Over
imagine a
it.
70-year-old trying to deal with like a toddler. Not even
Yeah.
a toddler,
Yeah.
just like a 5-year-old child.
Right. What? Where was his mother? They never
She
explained
died.
that.
They did.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
They talked about how Carlo. Well, they kind of do, but with they should have given her a grave.
Right. That's what I'm
I
saying.
know, that's
It
so
didn't
weird.
really-
Yeah.
That's very odd. Maybe he adopted Carlo. That would make the most sense if Carlo was just like an orphan child
That actually would make sense. Yeah.
because he's old as shit.
Yeah.
And kids got to eat.
He was just done sowing his wild oats. He's like, I want a son.
But he doesn't want Pinocchio at first because he's a burden.
He's a
Yeah.
And you know
psycho.
that he's a burden because he's telling the truth because his nose doesn't grow.
His nose is not growing.
But Pinocchio has one of my favorite lines.
Nice.
Mhm.
I like my old legs, and I like them on fire.
I like them on fire. Yeah.
He was a
Yeah.
tyrannical child.
He was very much. Yeah.
But his lines, like, I didn't write any of them down, but I remember he had me like rolling on the floor laughing because I was just like, it's too much, but also hating him at the same time. Like, he was so annoying, but I had to keep laughing
He
at
annoyed the
him.
shit out of me.
And then there's an aspect to this that I felt was like a dark comedy almost because like the
Yeah.
seagull just blows up on a bomb and I just like started cracking up.
That was
and then
great.
like they're at one point they're taking the ship out and the captain's just like, I'm out and like jumps overboard. And so like
You see,
yeah, those are the parts where I feel like this is definitely not geared for kids because as an adult you just like you laugh at it.
Well, they
Like,
also
it's really
wouldn't have
Right.
gotten the chamber pot quote where
Oh,
Pinocchio's putting a chamber
yeah.
pot on his head.
That was
yeah.
amazing.
Geppetto's like.
Oh, what? Probably don't want to do that.
Yeah.
What did you think of the Blue Fairy, though? Compared
They're
to
cool.
Disney's Blue Fairy.
I don't even remember the blue fairy. I gotta look up the blue fairy.
Have
It was
you
like all
seen
the
Cinderella?
eyeballs. Oh, you mean from the Pinocchio? Yeah, she's basically like Cinderella.
Cinderella with wings.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like this one was better
Oh yeah, I gotcha. I see now.
because it was like
I remember.
creepy and felt more mythological. If that makes sense. Like I would much rather have like
I like
Here-
this one a lot more.
yeah,
Yeah.
here are these floating eyeballs and they made this mythological creature. Like that makes more sense to me than just like here's Tinkerbell or the Blue Fairy.
Yeah.
And it was
Right.
more of a true form of what an angel would look like.
Would probably, yeah.
Except for the mermaid feet.
Rihanna was like, "Why has she got two sets of wings?" I'm like, "It's just like a creature, like
Angelic
it's a
creature, yeah.
angelic, yeah, creature." She's like, and I'm like, "It's got a tail."
Yeah. Like a mermaid tail.
Yeah, and so she's like, "But why has it got two sets of wings? Why not?"
Yeah.
There's
We're
no
talking-
rationale
Do you
to
see all
it.
the
We are-
eyeballs on the wings?
We are in Del
So you have
Toro
an issue
world.
with it right now?
This is
So
where
I
this
gave
is
her
your
shit
hang
for
up?
that.
This is your
Yeah,
hang up? No,
I
sorry,
gave her
Rihanna.
shit for that. But
Well, and then you see her sister, who's like kind of like a sphinx with the same mermaid
look at
tail, but like
Liz.
snakes.
Well, it's the snake tail.
Yeah.
Dude, that was kind of crazy. Like, okay, so Pinocchio dies. He gets like 5 minutes, then 10 minutes, then 20
Yeah.
minutes.
Mhm.
It just keeps ramping up. After
Well,
he
you
got,
knew
like,
that like
yeah,
there was a reason for the ramp up because eventually it would be a thing where it's a time constraint, and
I
you kind
need
of
to
could
be
figure that
back.
out. Like, yeah,
Hmm.
he was like, it's so he couldn't abuse it.
Exactly.
Like I'm
Yeah.
just gonna die and do this other thing. Because he could have been a terror with that.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Because he got no strings.
Hmm.
Ain't got strings.
Did you like this? Which movie did you like the music better in? This one or that one? The original.
I don't know.
If I remember,
I didn't really.
Go ahead.
I was just saying I didn't really care for it in this one.
What?
I didn't really. It was just one I was like, I don't know.
Nah, yeah. Some of the music was good. Some of it was okay.
Yeah.
I think there was
The singing was good, but
yeah. I was gonna say I feel like I liked like one of the songs, but it wasn't like, oh my god, I'm floored. And like a lot of what was catchy in the original Disney weren't like that notable of songs. Like the Got No Strings one
Right.
is like basically the most notable one. Like I
That's
can't
the
remember.
only one I remember.
I know there's other ones. Like there's one with the fox and they sing down the cobblestones. I don't
They
know.
do, don't they?
Like those were almost more annoying, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. And this
my
was,
favorite one.
yeah.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No,
Keep
Tim.
going.
I was gonna say that like these weren't annoying, but like I don't know, they weren't amazing. But go ahead. Tim.
No, there weren't anything to really remember. Besides, one of them was really good when Jiminy started singing, or sorry, Sebastian started to
Yes.
sing, and then he got smashed or whatever. He had to stop.
When I think
my
of
favorite
my
song.
father,
He just started, and then bam.
Yeah.
and that happened to him twice.
Yeah. Poor little
He
fella.
did get to sing it at the end, though.
Yeah, the
He
credit
did.
scenes.
He did.
You stuck for the
I-
credits.
No. I
Never?
intentionally did. I even looked at her and I was like, they're gonna ask me if I watch this, and here's my answer, and I just turned it off.
But it was I didn't. I'm not. Did you at least see him go to the poker table?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I
Okay.
wanted. I didn't. I
That
don't
was
think we
great.
made it through the whole
I don't think we did either. But
song.
He started singing, and I was like, I'm out. I'm done.
I'm good.
yeah. That was one of my favorite lines though, when he goes to the poker table and he's like, "Do you mind? I'm recounting my life." Like to the rabbits. Like I just loved like Sebastian's salt the whole movie. I was here for it.
Yeah. Oh, it's fantastic.
So apparently they had to edit some of Pinocchio's voice down because Gregory Mann was going through puberty
Oh,
and his
Oh.
voice started to drop mid-movie.
gotcha.
And they're
Oh,
like,
that's
"Oh
funny."
no, you can't turn into an adult yet."
Well, in 3 years that'll happen. So
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love claymation. Love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very cool. I do enjoy it.
There's only been the one figure that was 3D printed. Pinocchio was not he's not actually clay. He was made from 3D printer.
But
Oh,
still, I mean, that's
interesting.
Oh yeah,
along
no,
the
it's,
same lines, right? I mean, it's
Yeah.
you're still moving a little figure. Taking
yeah.
a picture.
I mean, because
Picture.
was it Chicken
Picture.
Run or whatever that one?
Chicken Run is
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved how they did that. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
anything
in
by
the day.
Leica is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did like Coraline, Kubo and the Two Strings, and The Missing Link.
Yes. Box Trolls.
It al-
Haven't watched
it
it
always, It always reminds me of this game I used to play. I can't remember the name of
yet.
it.
Psychonauts.
No. It was a single player like puzzle sort of game where you were a clay dude and you could eat mushrooms in it. I could never figure the game out, but I've always wanted to play it again. And it's all like it's like clay animation, but a game.
Oh.
And I mean, it's like you're literally clay and stuff, and it's great. I don't know. I can't remember what it is.
This
Dang
is the game.
But
I
it
thought
always
he was
reminds me of
talking about.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to look it up. It's like I know I got the disc somewhere, probably at my parents' house, but old computer game.
Oh,
Nice.
so it was an old PC game.
Yeah.
Wasn't Gumby claymation?
Gumby was. He came from way back in the day. Who else was?
I bet I could find this much quicker than
Wallace
I'm
and
thinking.
Gromit.
Yeah, which makes sense for the Chicken Run.
Wallace
Yeah.
and Gromit, yeah.
Yeah, they're in the they're in the Wallace and Gromit world.
Wait, was that Pirates movie we all saw together?
Pirates Band
claymation?
of Misfits. That is claymation.
Dang.
Anything with water just blows me away in claymation.
Yeah.
Seriously.
But yeah, have we watched any other clay? I feel like we have.
For the pod?
Yeah.
I don't
No,
think
we
so.
haven't.
There's not that many.
Do you?
Oh, I think I found it.
What's it called?
Oh, the Neverhood.
The Never.
You know what's really funny is I did find that in my search, but I didn't say it because I was like, this looks weird.
It's very weird and very like creepy atmosphere. It's a puzzle game, but it's fun.
No, Psychonauts is very I would say it's very much like Leica. Leica's stuff has a lot of big heads. That's why I guessed.
The Neverhead looks so weird. I really want to play it.
I actually want to get it again and play it. It's very fun and just kind of creepy at times because you're just kind of like by yourself. But I just remember being able to do certain puzzles or you have to figure stuff out, and then like you can eat just random stuff. You walk over, you grab something, he goes, nope, and you like see it go down his throat. It's so weird. It's like, and it's all because it's like clay, so it's just like, and then when you move, it's just like.
I love it.
Like,
yes.
And then when he walks, he goes like his feet like smack, so it's like clay on clay. Like it's great.
That's amazing.
It's fucking great.
Oh man.
So do you think this movie wins an Academy Award for its claymation? Like,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I feel like they usually do.
I think it's pretty well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it wins something.
And I think a lot of the time, like they usually do. Like they win something.
Like best animated.
Yeah, or effects or whatever. Yeah, because it technically is a practical effect. Isn't it?
1996.
You're old.
That's when I was playing that game.
I know. That's why I said you're old.
I was a child. Why was I playing the game?
The more we uncover about Tim's childhood,
we are just peeling the onion back, man. The layers upon layers.
This all makes sense.
Tim loves horror movies too. Since he was, when did you watch Deep Rising? When it was like 1999?
Only 3 years later because of the Neverhood.
I did watch like Little Nemo. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, that was just
a horror film.
As well.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, very much so.
Did Sam live the sheltered life?
Maybe. Because I watched The Ring when I was 10.
Oh, yeah, that's
so that's
right.
like much older than you guys were watching your scary movies.
You would have been like 13.
Yeah.
No, you might have been 10. You might have been 10.
We had this conversation in The Ring.
We did.
Go back to that episode. I will say, so I want to touch back on the music a little bit. Like, I didn't necessarily have any strong feelings towards the actual musical numbers, but the background music, I thought they did well. Like, it was tense when it was supposed to be tense. It was depressing. Like, it was all, like, on cue and had me a little bit on edge for a lot of the parts where you needed to. And then, like, it was kind of like whimsical fairy tale land the other time. So I think it set the tone well, which is what it should do.
Did you feel that Pleasure Island felt a little different in this one?
Oh, yeah.
Little fascist boot camp?
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little different.
Little different.
So wild.
Yeah, they had Candlewick still. Candlewick is in the original one. He's the friend. He's the little kid that convinces Pinocchio to go to Pleasure Island.
Gotcha.
And that's played by Finn Wolfhard, who is in Mike in Stranger Things.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. Now, you go.
I just was going to slide a comment in here. When he first said his name was Candlewick, I was like, there's no way I heard that right. And then later on in the movie, they call him Candlewick, and I'm like, oh, I heard it right. Like,
which is weird.
Just my inner monologue while I'm watching this film.
Because like it seemed like it was like a name, like a derogatory name his father made for him for being weak.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. But I thought he got it because of his hairstyle, because it was like one little alfalfa Candlewick.
Probably. You there, Tim?
Just stare at him.
I know.
I just didn't really have much to say with that.
That's fair.
I was just listening to you guys go back and forth with it.
What'd you think of Mussolini? Was he
Il Duce?
El Duce?
El Duce.
I like puppets. I don't like puppets.
I don't like these puppets.
Oh man.
They got one of the best voice actors around to play him. Tom Kenny.
I don't know who that is.
Tim?
I'm not picturing.
You wouldn't picture him. You've probably not seen his face before.
So he's like a
But
voice actor.
But he lives in a pineapple under the sea.
What? Fucking
they got SpongeBob SquarePants to play
Mussolini.
That's
amazing. The range on this guy.
The range. The Monstro was a little weird. He wasn't as cool.
He was not a whale.
He
was a fish. He's not a whale originally.
It's just some weird thing with like nostrils on the side of its head, right? Like
yeah.
some weird mutated fish.
It's like a dogfish, it said.
Oh, okay. Those look weird
Yeah.
in real life, right? Like Google.
Yeah.
I think they
Right.
look weird.
So it was like, I was like, so I could tell it wasn't a fucking whale. I'm like, okay, so how are they getting out? Because
Yeah,
it doesn't have a blowhole.
but
Right.
it does.
It sure does.
I do like how they show Geppetto going out to sea in this one. Because in the original, he just somehow is in Monstro.
Oh, really? I thought he got washed away in a storm in the original.
No, they show it in a flashback.
Oh, okay.
Like they're like, how'd you get here? Oh, well, we went searching for you. That's why Cleo and that's why Figaro are in it too.
Yeah, which that is my complaint. No sassy Cleo and no sassy Figaro. What the hell?
Spazzatura is cooler.
Yeah, Spazzatura was pretty cool.
When
And I was legitimately depressed when he died. I didn't think I would be because he was kind of a prick at the beginning, but
yeah.
by the end I was like, damn it.
God damn it. They all just be
Sad the
dying.
monkey died. Yeah, well, yeah, everybody just dies.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Over and over again.
Just
Especially
everybody be
Pinocchio.
dying. Well, yeah, I was like, I didn't expect that ending, and I was glad it ended that way.
All the death.
Yeah, I'm here for sad endings.
I mean, it's logical. He had a mortal life, and then Geppetto was old, as we said.
Jiminy's a fucking cricket.
Yeah. Well, and when Geppetto died, like, you're like, oh, god damn it, the monkey's gonna die. And then, like, a couple beats later, like, you see the monkey's grave.
dead.
And you're like, oh, man. Yeah.
So this movie, although it is on Netflix, since it's a Netflix original, it does have critic scores at a 97%.
I knew it was gonna be high.
Audience with a 92%.
Wow.
IMDb with a 7.7 out of 10, and Google with a 95%.
Dang.
Now, those are all well and good, but let's do a quick comparison to the new live action Pinocchio.
Oh, let's do, because I didn't think anybody watched that.
Nobody did, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt was also one of the voice actors. There's somebody in it.
They paid.
Really?
They paid for a decent voice actor.
Yeah, they got Robert Zemeckis to do it. They got Tom Hanks in it, Luke Evans,
Oh man.
Keegan-Michael Key's in it. Oh yeah, but this movie that got a 27% from the audience.
Oh my god.
27 from the critics, 29 from the audience, 5.1 on IMDb, and 59% on Google.
What about the OG Pinocchio?
The OG, I don't really like the OG, if I'm being quite
I don't think anybody does. That's why I'm curious if Guillermo's is the highest rated Pinocchio.
The original has a 100%.
Okay, that's just lies.
Yeah, there's no way.
Audience with 73, IMDb with a 7.5, and then Google with an 81.
Guillermo wins the day, it seems.
I would say, yeah, his would be rated higher. What did you guys think of it in the end? Like, what did the algorithm tell you to think?
The algorithm told me that I would like this one. It told me music to my eyes. And so I think that's accurate. I had rated it pretty much all 4s. I think I had 2 5s, one of which was like the vibe, because it definitely has a Guillermo vibe. And then the dialogue, because there were certain lines that I was laughing at. And I think, like, overall, it's good. It's still similar enough if you've seen, like, the Disney Pinocchio or a version of Pinocchio that you're like, okay, you know what you're expecting. You know what you're in for. It's similar enough to that. But then, like, it pulls away and it's more depressing. And kind of what you were saying, Tim, it's just, like, an adult version of Pinocchio.
Yeah.
So I thought they did a really good job with that. So I was pleased. I'd flip it on.
You go next, Adam.
Okay, I was pointing at you.
He's probably doing his ratings right now.
What?
Yeah.
So I also have it flipped on from Tears of Joy.
Ah, nice.
But yeah, I did like I actually had plot and pacing at a 3
I could see that.
because I don't really enjoy
Yeah.
the story of Pinocchio in general.
Yeah, you don't. What is it? The source material doesn't grab you.
It doesn't. Yeah, I mean maybe if Jiminy died first. And the pacing, I don't know. It just felt odd at the end because it just like he comes back to life and people die and then it's over.
Yeah,
So like the end pacing kind of fucked me.
gotcha.
But the movie was already 2 hours.
Yeah, they
Right.
gotta-
They were just going, I got to speed this up a little bit.
Yeah.
His voice is cracking over here. We got to get him out.
We gotta go. But
They
yeah,
won't let us get away with 3 hours. Okay, we gotta cut it down.
like vibe, acting, cinematography, all 5s for
Listen,
me.
this kid can't go low anymore.
He can only go low now. He can't do the highs.
Yeah. Or the highs. Yeah.
But for the most part, I did like it, and I would watch it again. If I had to choose a Pinocchio movie, I would choose this twice over the original.
I would probably agree with that.
And maybe 4 times over this supposed live action version.
I mean, Tilda is enough to pull me in.
Exactly.
And what were your final algorithms polling?
Mine?
Yeah.
Yar.
All right. So, I got dialogue, plot, and pacing all at 2. My music I put as 3, along with vibe.
Nice.
And then my acting and cinematography I got it as a 4.
Nice.
So because I thought, that was pretty great. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that was pretty good. I mean, it was hard for me not to give them 5s, I think, but I couldn't with the overall feeling. Like, I was very not into this movie. I kept struggling back and forth. Would I stop if I was staying in a hotel? No, I'd keep going. And so it basically told me, your little funny antic here. I cried when it ended, so happy. I wouldn't be that rough with it, but when it ended, we both just kind of sat there and we were like, that was weird.
It was weird.
I can see that.
But very much so, yeah, I probably would agree with you. What an oxymoron. Very much so, I probably would.
It makes sense. It works. English is a great language.
It's
okay?
an oxymoron. So, but yeah, I would agree with you. This is probably better than the original. I couldn't remember much of the original, to be honest. I very few things. I remember all the characters for the most part, besides
It's a
apparently
sprint.
the fairy.
It's a dead sprint.
Yeah,
the whole
yeah.
fucking movie.
Yeah.
But this movie's just weird. I wouldn't flip it on. So,
Yeah. Algorithm agrees.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, let's get to next week then.
You're next week then.
Do 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 do.
So Tim next week is going to have to do an
I
AI
did?
suggestions.
Oh boy.
Another
Oh, real
weird
boy.
one for you.
Yeah, here we go. It's gonna go right off of Pinocchio.
So we got to go off of Pinocchio. Sam and I one of us will pick a movie, then the other one will pick a movie, and then from that, Timo is going to have to pick a movie suggested from there. It's a fun game of seeing what this algorithm believes we should watch.
Yeah.
So
We're just all into the algorithms these days. That's what
Yeah.
2023 is all about. Algorithms.
numbers, man. They make the world go round.
Sounds good.
If you like this episode, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at FlipperFlix. I guess we don't have to say it anymore, but I'm going to do it anyway because I'm old. Follow along, see what we're doing. Interact if you'd like to.
Yeah, hit us up there. I don't know. You can also give us recommendations on other of those sites, or you can go to our website at www.flipperflix.com. Yeah, we do a couple recommendations each season, so we just love we're trying to pander right now. We're trying to get you to come to our website, give us some clicks, and recommend us a movie because, we're going to have to pick those eventually, and more the merrier, right?
Yeah.
You can also, speaking of pandering, you can also rate and review us on Apple, Spotify now. Oh, we also do polls there occasionally. So that's always fun.
Answer Adam's questions.
Answer all of my questions, God damn it.
And if you're wondering, when can I catch these fools? You can catch us at 1 p.m. Eastern on Thursdays. We're on Spotify, as Adam mentions, where he does his polls. We're on Apple, Google, Amazon. I believe you can subscribe on the various platforms, and that way you'll get like a push notification or it'll come right into your queue, so that way you don't ever have to look at the clock on Thursday. It'll just be there for you. Kitty!
Can you later? Bye later.